No Filter Podcast. It hit different when the guy come through with the unreleased. You know, it ain't dropped yet. It's on the way.
We working.
That shit hit different though. I ain't gonna lie. That's hard.
Right on, big dog.
God don't
Appreciate
play.
it.
God don't play about me.
God don't play about me, man. That's the you know.
Let's talk about it.
That's the thing, man. You know, it seemed like you know, man, as we get older, man, and as we go through life, man, and as we make it through, you know, the various storms of being a man, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, you know, shit. He doing something right up there for us,
man,
you know
for real. After like, everything you nigga done been through, all the bullshit you done did, and man, I want to touch on something. It was in one. I wish I could remember what song it was. You was talking about your boy passing.
King Kali.
Yep. And he was talking about your sister. And he was going through a dark time. He was talking about the suicidal and everything.
Yes, sir.
I feel like that's something I want to jump straight into it because it was intense to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been there.
Right.
And I know a lot of people been there.
Right.
Let's talk about that, man, because I know that was a dark time for you.
Man, it was real dark, man. And you know what's crazy about that is I just mentioned, you know, rest in peace, King Kali. And my sister, because them was, you know, the two most significant. But it was two other blows in between that. My uncle passed away, you know what I mean, rest in peace, Craig Smith. And then Briss passed away like a week after, you know, Kali, you know what I mean? So it was just like my friends, my homies, my colleagues, and my family.
Right.
Like I'm just losing them, you know what I'm saying? And
you feel like you had some survivor's remorse? Definitely.
You
know, I know you've been out here playing in the streets for a while. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's been a lot of shit that done went on in your life per se. So
I felt I've been dealing with survivor's remorse ever since I left the hood. You know what I mean? You know, I'm from a small section in South Sac, Elder Creek, and a lot of my homies, they just don't leave the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, meanwhile, you know, we lose our loved ones. You know what I mean, and we go through shit. And you know, when I had my babies, you know, I didn't have them per se, but you know what I mean. When my kids was born,
shit, they came from you.
Yeah, you know, when my kids was born, I just wanted something, you know, different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
And you know,
as any man should.
Also, just to level up in life. You know what I mean? You definitely want to break generational curses. You want to do things that ain't been done. You know what I mean? You just want to make good, you know, on the things that you want to do while you're here. You know what I'm saying?
So when it come to you saying your homies that didn't want to leave the hood, why you think that is?
I mean, it's the hood, man. You know, it's we stuck in that mentality.
Right.
You know?
And this is the thing. The reason why I asked is because this was always my mindset, was that when you done been in this shit, you know what I'm saying, and you done seen certain shit and you really done played in the field.
Right.
As you get older, you start to understand and see that this shit it ain't cool. The money good. You know what I'm saying?
But we can get money anywhere.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think it is that just keeps motherfuckers there? Especially when they got somebody like you that done made it out. You know what I'm saying? That done got away from that shit, that then opened businesses and did all of this shit.
What I at the end of the day, I think what I put that to is just the comfortability. The
comfortability.
Of being in the hood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, when you raised within a certain circumference and you know, the corner store right there, the bitches is right here, the weed, I'm grinding, I'm getting money. Why else should I leave the hood? You know what I'm saying? and you know, it's crazy because when I was doing shows like heavy, I used to invite my hood a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to come, you know, see they dog do some dope shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
And a lot of the reasons why, man, is like, man, I don't be trying to go to no clubs. I ain't trying. Yeah. And I'm like,
don't want to see certain niggas and you know,
right. Yeah. But you know, if you know me and you know what I do, you know, I may be from a certain, you know, hood, but my music has never been political. You know
right,
what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I always got from you. Always seemed kind of neutral to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's longevity though.
I fucks with everybody, man.
Yeah.
I fucks with everybody.
To.
I fucks with everybody, and you know, maybe a handful of people from my neighborhood came to my shows that I can name, you know, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know, out of the dozens and dozens and dozens, I think it's just a comfortability thing, man. You know, why lead a hood? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to me, it's just so much more to see, bro. The world.
Yeah.
You know
and that was always something to me. It's just like it's so much more outside of the hood. You know what I mean? Shit, you could just you could be living in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, and you could step outside and some bullshit could happen. You know what I'm saying? It happens every day.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? You taking risks, but it's like, why not take risks and God gave all of this to us. You know what I'm saying?
It's for us to see, man. It's for us to see.
Yeah, for sure.
It's for us to experience.
Yeah.
And luckily, you know, us as Americans, you know what I mean, we can do things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, as far as starting up businesses, as far as the way to generate money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what this country was built on. We ain't gotta go there. But
so what was the first business that you started, like outside of your music and everything?
I started a clothing line, and you know, I really didn't take it too seriously. I just looked at it as merch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the merch game.
Something to go hand in hand with the artistry and everything. Yeah, it makes sense, of course.
But then we started going to, you know, when we started going to LA a lot, you know, we go to the fashion districts and the garment districts, and you start really seeing how you can really start creating shit. You know what I mean? And
getting the denims and all. Yeah,
getting, you know, your fabric game. You know what I mean? I made a couple of them. The bags, I remember getting that bag built as a prototype and really doing like the cost and seeing how much shit would cost to make and how much I would have to sell it for. That's when you really start getting into the business side of shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? When you really start having to spend that coin and really want to put out something dope, you gotta sell it at this price. You know what I mean? You gotta, you know. So yeah, it was my clothing line, and then you know, we went off and on with that. And the only time I was really selling clothes was when I had something to go with it, like some music or you know what I mean. But we turned it into a machine not too much longer, man. And my boy KD from Tree Boy Clothing, shouts to KD, he the one who really showed me how to really create a clothing line, because I'm watching him invest in all the shit.
Right,
you know what I mean? The shit that press up the t-shirts. He had all the screen press, the direct to garment, the embroidery machine. When I started seeing him invest in his pieces, I said, "Oh yeah, this shit possible." So shouts to my dog Tree Boy KD, man. Motivator.
So let me ask you this: what was when? Now you're doing the music. How long you been doing music?
I've been doing music 12 years, man.
Okay, so I was gonna say, as far as I can go back on Apple Music, was like 2012. Was
yeah, that's about right.
Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens. That was my very first official. That was the very first
project.
You know, and really that was like some mixtape shit, because we taking beats off the YouTube. I think what was that goddamn website where you used to just scroll for beats?
SoundClick.
Was it SoundClick?
I remember that back in the day it was SoundClick. That was the one that was really popping.
Yep, they had all the beats. Yep. We used to get all the Johnny Giulianos and
yeah. You know what I mean? Cardo and shit.
Yeah. So then was like, you know, mixtapes and street albums and shit. And but my first official album was called Cutthroat Solitaire. We did that. Rest in peace, my boy Destro. He just passed away last year. He had a label called Magnificent ENT. Okay. And it was me and Mac J. And Jay Hardy. I don't know if you heard of Jay Hardy. He passed away a couple years.
Okay,
too.
Yep. I got a real good homie that was real close with him.
Man,
Rest in peace.
It was me, Mac J, Jay Hardy, and True Story Sean.
Okay.
And we was over there sitting in that garage just creating music.
That's
and
what's up.
We all branched off from there. You see what Mac do right now. You see what niggas is doing. And yeah, man, that was the starting point. You know what I mean? Shouts to Magnificent ENT. Rest in peace, homie Destro.
So you rolling.
Yeah.
You rolling. What was your first failure that had you like, fuck, I don't even know if I want to do this shit. Because it happens so often, you know, as being an artist, it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? Whether you got the paper or not, you know, this shit get hard.
It was the the breakup of that situation.
Yeah.
That had us all wondering, you know what I mean? Even Mac, you know what I mean? Mac, if Mac was sitting here, I don't really speak too much for other people, but Mac, you know, it was that situation, you know, because, you know, that was the home. We didn't have no paper, we didn't have no money. We really didn't know how to invest in ourselves. All we knew how to do was create the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you know, when that situation fell apart, everybody fell apart from that situation. Mac went his way. Jay Hardy went his way. I think Jay Hardy.
So was it kind of on some like everybody went their own way and just wasn't doing music no more, or like it was like? Let me ask for you, because obviously you said you can't speak for nobody else.
For me, it was more so. I've always been like a team player, right? Mm-hmm. So you know, if it's just me, the first thing I want to do when I pursue is to create a team.
Right,
you know
of course, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'm just a rapper. I need the producer. I need the videographer. I need the place that's gonna facilitate us creating the music.
Yeah.
If I gotta go,
that know how to run market and all of that. Yeah.
Because if I gotta go to Q make the beat every fucking week,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Shit,
hey,
nigga, I done paid that nigga bills quite a few. Shout out to Q though. I ain't gonna lie, I love Q for sure.
Yeah, Q did half my catalog as Q, but I'm saying in the beginning, if I had to do that,
I ain't gonna lie.
God.
We went to Q.
It'd be a long journey,
like
boy.
A month ago, and I went to go get all my sessions from everything I done with him, bro. It was almost like, 100 gigs,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Just like nigga, and this is going all the way back to fucking 2010 type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Blowing me up to come get your shit.
So I was the one that told him. I'm like, bro. I said, because he like, bro, all my shit overload. I said, bro, I'm gonna just bring a hard drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just bring.
I told him, I'm like, bro.
Terabytes.
I said, you might as well just go buy some hard drives. Tell niggas, bro, give me an extra $100, pay for the hard drive, slap it.
For real.
Why wouldn't you want to have all your shit anyway?
You definitely want all your shit. You
definitely
you own all your shit,
exactly.
bro. If you paying to get your shit, you got to take your shit with you.
Yeah,
but in the beginning it was that, you know what I mean? And I was still creating, but I didn't necessarily know how I wanted to drop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's when I met KD. You know, KD had a Sac Music Group, SMG, and it was family over there. L Fingers was over there. Darion was there for a minute. Street Knowledge, the Young Lives. T Nutty was, you know, through there. The homie Liquor Store. And we was just in there cooking. It was like a little baby death row on that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what's
up.
up.
And L Fingers was Dr. Dre. So once I got back into that, once I got back into the groove, we cooking and we dropping.
Got the motion back and everything.
Yeah, you know, he had the distribution deal with Empire, and it was just like, okay. And now at this time, now I'm really learning the game. I'm watching KD load my music up. I'm watching them, you know what I mean, you know, put the stamps on everything. I had to go run down my own publisher, and now it's just, you know, it's lovely now. Yeah. I could drop.
So how you feel from then until now? Like how you feel like where you at as far as the knowledge goes?
I feel good. I feel good. I feel like if I wanted to start up some shit, I can. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have enough game and knowledge and insight and connects to start up my own shit. If I wanted to go grab 2-3 artists off the street and, you know, and do it all the right way, you know, paperwork, you know what I mean, numbers, you know, points, all the shit. I can do that.
I think that's what the game is missing, especially like with the youth, because, you know, it's a lot of new artists coming up and shit. And that's something I plan to get into, you know what I'm saying? Last 2 years, I've been fortunate enough to really start to learn a lot more of the business side of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that the artistry it ain't even half of it. Right. It's maybe 10% of it. 80-90% of this shit is really business, you know what I'm saying?
True.
So learning that and understanding that, you know what? Seeing how the youth is and not having no guidance, they need somebody like you.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I've thought about it, man. I've thought about it. There's a couple people that I've always talked to over the years, you know, the past 2-3 years of me actually thinking of going the executive route. I'm like, man, I'm gonna start some shit and I'm coming to fuck with you. I want to put your shit out.
Right.
I know how to create. You know what I mean? And like I said, I got enough game to where we can go run down the distro deal. I get your publishing situated. We'll talk about the points and we'll run it. I really don't, and it really ain't nothing for me to take from you. You know what I mean? It's more so just me wanting to see you do your thing. You might not have an outlet. You might not have the network. You know, that game is free.
Think about it though, because it was a time when you had all the talent, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you had a little bit of paper, but you ain't have no way you ain't know how to run your route, you know what I'm saying? That's like a nigga just throwing you a bundle and you're like, well shit, I want to hustle, but I don't even know where to start, you know what I'm saying?
True that.
Oh shit, I did see some niggas on that corner, but that might not be your corner though,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to build your own trap.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely got to build your own trap.
And see, and that's the beauty of it when you come from where you came from, of being in the streets and building your own trap. This is just another form of that.
I love it though, and I love it.
You have to. You got to embrace what you done learned over the years. You know what I'm saying, and turn it into something positive.
You know, when Kali passed away, right before he passed away, you know, it's some sentimental shit that went on right before he passed. He challenged me to create this body of work, and I created it. And the day before I was finna present it to him, he passed away. But I still put the work out. You know what I mean? Like
that was Animal Kingdom.
No, that was an album that I actually created. You know. In
that was after.
To him. Yeah, we went and got all the boys for that. She plus all everybody. But it was before that. The last video that he shot was me and him. The last video that he ever put out was me and him.
Okay.
And I almost didn't make it to that video, but usually after we do some shit, we go sit down at his house and, you know, we give each other our roses and, you know what I mean, all the shit. And he was like, yeah, man, I want you to create something. You know, you see what's going on in the streets right now as far as the police brutality and this, that, and the third. And, you know what I mean, we got to combat that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I did a 7-song EP called Insurgents. And I was finna
Is that the one when we shot that video at the warehouse?
We shot the Malcolm versus Martin
at the warehouse, right?
Bub shot black and we did it.
Yeah. So, you know, I was there for that.
So it was that project. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I thought you was talking about.
Yep. That was Insurgent, and that was a project that I was supposed to be like, here, bro. You know, you challenge accepted. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he passed away, and but we still put it out and we still pushed that line. And you know, while I was pushing that line, I was getting a lot of dope feedback. Like, yeah, this what we really need. You know what I mean?
Nah, because it is. You know
this the shit that. This the sound that we need, the shit that you talking, the way you putting the records out. It really ain't like on some self-destruction type shit, because you still talking raw. You still talking, you know, you talking from a level of we can understand what the fuck you saying.
Because you got the knowledge, and you got the knowledge, but you putting it in the words that we can understand.
We can understand.
That's one thing that I admired about you. Especially as being an artist, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I wish I had the status that you do, you know what I'm saying? Simply because I feel like a lot of my music is impactful like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's not being heard by the people that I needed to be heard by.
So that's the key.
But you got that though, you know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Thank you. So that's the key. How can we, or what kind of lane or what kind of safe place do we got to create so that everybody is pushing that line? Yeah. We keep that type of energy. Of course we're gonna get all the other shit.
But it's more of that other shit that's going around. You know what I'm saying? It's more the negativity of that's what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear about the niggas that's dying and the niggas that you just shot.
True.
All these songs y'all niggas is dropping and I mean, this body's dropping, but ain't that many niggas dying though.
Man, listen,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
listen.
And it's unfortunate though.
I can't do op music, bro.
For what?
I don't do it. It don't push the culture forward in my, you know what I mean?
No.
And you know, no shade to nobody that because we all got to talk about what we talk about, but I guarantee you, man, I used to challenge, like it was a couple little young artists, but they was fresh, like they ain't even dropped no music yet, you know what I'm saying? But they, let me rap, and they talking that shit, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, bro, you don't even got no ops, bro, like you haven't lost shit, bro, like you don't own anything that in my opinion You know what I mean?
Of value.
And I would consider a loss to make you want to go and take another life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Type shit, right? So I challenged him. I said, man, if y'all, I will pay for some studio time if y'all come back to me with some real shit. Some ism. And they talk
about them struggles, the shit that you really going through.
And they came back to me, with that shit. And I was like, bro, this the hardest shit I done heard you. You know what I'm saying? Every day you see me, Gat, when we go into the studio, I'm telling you, bro, I got it. And I'm listening, and one day I was just fed up. I was like, bro, I don't want to hear no more of this shit, bro. Y'all, it don't. Me knowing what I've been through, and me having friends and family knowing what they've been through,
right,
and looking at their age, and looking at y'all. Y'all ain't really y'all ain't lost too much yet. Y'all ain't even got kids. You ain't even been outside enough. Yeah. Y'all ain't even got kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't even know what a real struggle is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, but if they serious about the craft, and if they serious about, pushing the culture forward, they'll accept the challenge, bro. So, in my mind, it's up to us to create the space for them to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they just got to see it be done, though. You know what I'm saying? And
True.
That'd be my biggest thing, is that and that's why I feel like what you would call followers, you know what I'm saying, and why they making quote unquote op music.
Yeah.
It's because that's what they seeing.
That's what they seeing.
That's what's being accepted. That's what the bitches is listening to. That's what you know what I'm saying. That's what's popping.
It's a million different ways to shoot a gun.
From a nigga, yeah, for sure. But when it come from somebody like you with your stature, and you like, hold on, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro.
I'm not.
Like, nigga, you ain't finna talk about this. Then I'll put up some money for you, like you said. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, talk about some real shit though.
Right.
We don't want to hear that. And really, by saying that, if you read between the lines, is nigga, just be you.
Be you,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? And ain't nobody like you. We all got similarities, but ain't nobody like you. But what you'll find and you'll understand is talk about that shit and watch how many people can actually really relate to that shit. You know what I'm saying? That was my biggest eye opener with when it came to music.
That's key. That's key.
Man,
that's key.
You don't know how many people you could change. You don't know how many minds you could change.
And that's why I always told myself, man, like, I got partners from every hood. I got partners from every hood in Sacramento. I can pull up, and not even saying it in some I pull up in your hood type shit. Yeah. But I'm saying I can go to any hood, you know what I mean, and sit down and have a fucking meal comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Without and another thing that I really appreciate about the people that fuck with me is that they know that's me, so they don't even come to me with bullshit. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because they know you ain't straddling the fence anyway.
They know I'm not playing with it. They know I'm not playing with it.
Sure.
So, that's why I just stay on my shit, man. I stay pushing my line, whatever it is. I could be smoking weed on a whole album.
Right.
I could be preaching a whole.
Let's talk about that, man. What's up with the Pack Bro shit?
Pack Bro shit is still going. I started my own company outside of that. You know what I mean? Me and the business partner.
Yeah.
We had some little differences, and that's that. But he kept the Pack Bros name, and I took off with the Zippy name. And
okay. So you switched. Okay.
Yeah. I started doing my own shit. He running the Pack Bro shit strong. Is popping over there. Anybody that what I mean, go fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my peoples is over there. Beetleweed is still over there. Mechanics. I just wanted to do something different.
I ain't gonna lie, that project was fire too.
The Mackin' and Packin' joint
with the mechanics.
Yeah. The mechanic shit, the Pack Landed shit. Yeah. Shots to Racks and Tweed, man. And my boys, we did two. We did two of them, and they both sound good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I decided to do my own shit, man. I just had a different vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happens.
And just on top of that, this ain't the tree ain't my tell all be all. You know what I mean? I fuck with the music. I fuck with the clothes. I fuck with the tree. I'm about to start fucking with. I'm working on this little supper club situation, this little infused cannabis type situation. I'm gonna just say that. I ain't gonna say too much.
We gotta say too much.
Yeah. I just like doing other shit.
Yeah, I feel it. So I wanted to talk to you about the van.
Yeah.
I remember I seen when you got it together, and I was like, because that was one of the things that inspired me to do the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I seen that, and I was like, oh, because I ain't never seen that before. You know what I'm saying?
We was trying to innovate. We was trying to innovate. So
what's up with that?
So that was one of the things that I also wanted to do. I also wanted to start a podcast too. Well, we are, starting a podcast.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it on wheels. I wanted to
exactly.
be able to pull up to you
Yeah.
in your city. You know what I mean? In your state. You know what I mean? With me, it was about the travel.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
And I wanted to. And the podcast is strictly about the culture. It's called Riding and Smoking. The first season we did, I did it on a Sprinter. Mm-hmm. We did the first season on a Sprinter.
Okay, so y'all dropped it because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see none. I seen you had the I seen y'all did the Sprinter. You know what I'm saying?
That was a couple years
right,
prior.
I remember you had previewed it, but I had never seen nothing after that though. So
we dropped one episode. We dropped a pilot episode.
Okay.
Who did we interview? I forgot who we interviewed. We did 4 episodes for the first season. We aired one of them,
mm-hmm.
and me personally, I like to do shit if I know that we gonna be able to consistently do it. You
right.
know what I'm saying? The way we went about the first one, we spent a lot of bread, renting a Sprinter, the camera crew. You know what I mean? The way we shot it. We shot it over a 3-4 day period. We got a little budget from it, and I didn't know if I could continue to do it like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's a lot of work. You talking about a couple days? It's shooting one episode.
We did like a 3-day weekend type situation.
Okay,
and we shot. We did back-to-back days, and we shot 4 or 5 episodes. And the concept of the shit was we was gonna interview somebody, I'll ride in the Sprinter, smoking. We gonna have a segment on there while we grading the tree. Some Sacramento cultivator.
Okay, yeah, that's that's dope. I like that concept.
We gonna pull up on a local Sacramento food spot.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get some food from them, get them on the show. You know what I mean? So really, it's about the culture. So
right.
The whole riding and smoking, we pulling up, we smoking. Check out the food from blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And at the end of the shit, I did we do like a fun fact. So one of the episodes, we went to the City of Trees Tower that now says Farm to Fork. We talked about how it was changed. It used to be the City of Trees, and what made them like it's just like Sacramento
right
history type shit. You know what I mean? I aired one episode, and motherfuckers loved it.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga, you need a Netflix special for that. For
sure. Listen, bro, we creatives.
Yeah, because that's it makes sense why it would take so many days to, you know what I'm saying, and how long it would be.
It took we got to get mic'd up. We got to set up cameras. We got to, make sure all type of shit is in place for this shit.
Yeah, facts.
And I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do that 2-3 seasons straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to figure out a different way. So
I ain't gonna lie, you might just have to executive. You might have to be the exec. You might need somebody to just host for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm open for it.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man.
We gotta.
I'm already doing this. I'm trying to take it wherever. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we gotta come together.
Yeah.
So through when I branched off to do my own thing in the start my own tree brand, my business partner over at the distro, he was like, send me the. Didn't you do a ride? Didn't you have a podcast? He said, send me the episode. I sent him the episode, and he pitched me the idea. He said, man, let's just go half on the truck. You know what I mean? And we do all that shit ourselves. So we went. I went and bought a old school FedEx truck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And gutted that bitch out.
Wrapped
and now that motherfucker, now that motherfucker wrapped up, got couches,
I ain't gonna lie,
all the
that
shit
motherfucker was looking nice for sure.
Yeah, so you know.
That's one of them. That's one of them things right there. You could, you could pitch that to Tubi. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, because that's a whole. You talking at least 2 hours an episode type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
riding around, hitting historical spots, stopping, getting food from local. Or, you know
that was the idea, bro. That's the idea. So now that we got the truck up, you know what I mean, we got it up and running last winter. I mean before the winter that passed started.
Yeah.
And now that it's sunny, man, we busting out. We just did 420 out in Frisco the other weekend.
So where y'all do it at? Because I heard they wasn't doing. I heard they didn't do Hippie Hill this year.
They didn't do the vendor side of the shit.
Okay,
that's
what it was.
Like an event.
Yeah.
But
like you can't stop niggas from going to the park and shit. Yeah,
right.
But
the
so
history,
it wasn't just
the history
okay.
and the tradition
it
was
just
still there.
It wasn't no commercial shit.
It wasn't commercial.
Okay,
they took the commercials out. You know what I mean?
Which is dope.
Let's just say that.
It went back to the authentic shit.
Right. So we were still out there, man. We was out there on Haight. Shouts to my boy Sean. He just opened up his shop, his cannabis shop on Haight. It's called Blaze on Haight. If y'all in Frisco,
that's what's
check
up.
it out. So we parked out there in front of his shit, and those motherfuckers, you know, walking up and down. We doing quick little, you know, we just getting people familiar with the brand and the truck and all the shit. But I got a couple dope guests lined up. You know what I mean? And you know, we gonna push for it, man. So that's what I'm saying. It's all about just being outside.
Right.
And doing what it is you want to do, man, as long as you're pushing the culture forward in a dope
most
way.
Definitely. Yeah, one of the biggest things that I was taught with doing this and anything in life, man, the key to the game is to travel.
Man, for real.
You got to get outside.
I seen you outside.
Hey.
I seen you outside.
I
said that boy's outside.
I gotta be, man. You know, I tucked in a couple times. You know, niggas got to revamp and figure other shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why I wanted to do this. The podcast, you know, was something else to add under my belt.
Man, I love it, man.
Appreciate it.
I love the way you know what I mean. You got it set up. You got, you know, I know we on camera talking about it, but we got angles. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. We chilling. You know
what and all of this came from just the experience of doing so many interviews over the years as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I talked with Yee about this. Cause she was somebody that, you know, that does interviews, but
you the pioneer of this shit.
Oh yeah, for sure, for shit show.
Shit.
But I just got tired of every time I go sit down with somebody to do an interview, it seemed like they just got a sheet of 10 questions that they want to ask you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't really no elaborating on nothing. Like I just want to sit down because I feel like as an artist, the whole idea of it is to build your backstory. You know what I'm saying? And to captivate the people that want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? If I'm answering the same 10 questions every time you see me, how much do you really know about me? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to get inside the mind. You know what I'm saying? And like,
I believe a dope interview covers more than just what you doing. Oh, you got an album out. What's this?
Yeah.
It is really about, like you said, sitting down and really just shooting the shit at the end of the day.
Because if you think about it, we started off talking about the project, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But everything that we talking about is gonna make sense.
Definitely.
And it ain't like I don't like, and that's why I call it no filter podcast. It hit different.
Good shit.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't have a set anything. Like we just finna sit up, you know what I'm saying, and shoot the shit. Smoke some weed, drink, you know what I'm saying, and just chill.
That's the best way to do it, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, you know, like I know you know what I'm saying? So I know that if I'm finna come sit down with you, I already know what type of hype you already on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's just me from a personal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
So I already knew this was gonna be something dope, bro. So
I feel like it just take for the person on the other side to actually care about the person that they talking to.
We got to. We got to.
You
got to be interested. You got to know. You got to know a little bit about them at least. You know what I mean. You can't you know what I mean.
Definitely.
You got to. It's definitely a vibe. You got to create the energy, bro.
Yeah.
You got to create the energy, man. So you know what I mean. I appreciate you having. I wasn't doing shit.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying. I'm working just like you. You know what I'm saying. So I got to pull up.
Keep running, man.
When I first fucking heard about you, I had to pull up on you. You know what I'm saying.
That was shit. That was during COVID.
Yeah.
That was during COVID. Matter of fact, Yee was interviewing me that night. Q let me use the studio because remember they had they shit shut down, and we was gonna do the and you pulled up.
Shouts to the homegirl Envy. Envy. I found out about you through Envy.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. That's you know. I said, man, bro, tight. Bro, tighten up. And then I'm gonna tell you something about impressions. You know what I mean? Because you got love for somebody. You know what I mean? You got, I fuck with Envy Tough. You know what I mean? And I'm outside working, so now I'm looking at your looking at your work. The first thing I saw was the cover of you with was that your son?
Oh, with my son, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay,
You know
yeah, that
what I
was
mean?
when I dropped From My Heart to Yours.
Not only is that a dope cover, right? Not only is that a dope cover, but now, okay, he got the concept down. Through me being outside, I even knew who did your cover. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, shout out to Noisy too.
So it's like, okay, me knowing what Noise do, I know that you invested in your craft, so you serious about your shit.
Yeah.
Let me pull up on him and say what's up.
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate that.
Let me
You know what I'm
pull
saying?
up on him
Because
and
that was
say
one of
what's
the
happening.
that was one of those moments I had that I used to feel like, ain't nobody fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I started to notice, like, off of that, you know what I'm saying? Off of that and other encounters that I had was that it ain't that nobody fucking with you. It's that, nigga, you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers be feeling like, oh, niggas is hating on them. Niggas ain't fucking with me. Sometimes you just got to keep it real with yourself, bro. You ain't doing nothing.
What are you doing?
You ain't doing nothing worthy of pulling up on. Because I know me, if I don't give a fuck what you call me about, bro. If it sound like you ain't on nothing, I'm not fucking with you. I might love you. I could love you from a distance, but you ain't on nothing, though. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
And then I started to see, okay, once I started investing more in my craft, I ain't got to tell you how much money I spent. You gonna see it.
I see it.
You gonna
I
see
it. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I just explained to you.
Yeah.
I just explained to you. You at Q's. I know who did your cover.
Right.
I hear the music. Already, you invested in your craft, bro.
Right, yeah.
If you out here in Sac and you shaking and moving, you know where everything.
Right,
I ain't gonna say
you know,
everything,
nah,
but you know
but
where
you know who you supposed to be
where shit
hitting
coming from.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
I done
Yeah,
got
that's
2,
real
3.
shit.
The only reason why I know is because I done been we in the
Yeah,
same.
yep.
You feel me? So
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up.
I always like fucking with cats that it seemed like, okay, like I watch you. Okay, this nigga ain't had nobody pulled up and just gave you a blueprint. You know what I'm saying?
No, man.
You a pioneer of your own. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like to think of.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't had no blueprint.
Not in this shit, bro. It ain't a
What
blueprint.
you
I
say in the
fuck
song?
up.
Shit, nigga ain't sell my soul.
It's gonna
It
take a little longer. It's gonna take a little longer, bro. It's gonna take a little longer. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna fuck up hella times. I'm gonna fuck up hella
for
times.
Sure.
I'm gonna fuck up hella times.
So what that do to your faith though? You know what I'm saying? After all the years and you know what I'm saying? You making all these moves, you really making noise, but maybe shit ain't going the way you want it to go. What it do with your faith?
You know, I think very logically when it come to life, and when it come to what you should be doing and where you should be at, regardless of what you're doing. You know what I mean? I love music, right? Now, even though a nigga ain't made $1 million, right? I've been fortunate to do this shit long enough to where I ain't struggled. I ain't doing bad nowhere. You know, my bills is paid. You know what I'm saying? The family is good. You know what I'm saying? Now that might be enough to make you keep going for the simple fact that you're not losing in life. But you know, other doors open at the same time too. Mm-hmm. And that's what what I see it as. Like,
so not to cut you off, but just for the motherfuckers that is watching, is it safe to say that money ain't everything?
It can't be. Yeah. It's something, but it can't be everything.
It can't be everything.
But it can't be everything.
Yeah.
It can't be everything because
you're a firm believer in God gonna always make sure you got what you need.
Let's be real, bro. Let's be real, bro. Streaming ain't paying. Man, you know what I mean? It's not. It's not, bro. It's not. It's not. Streaming ain't doing shit. Streaming ain't it. It's what come with it. It's the shows. It's the merch. Right. It's the connections. It's the connections. You know what I mean? That's where the money be at. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna take that as far as you could take it.
Right.
Now, whether that be by way of whatever side endeavors that you got going on, it's gonna be because of the music. It's still worth it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the faith can't never waver.
Yeah.
Because I'm
only
still
ask
working.
and I know I ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we all have our faith tested.
Yeah.
Numerous times. You know what I'm saying? And definitely a couple years. You know, 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I lost it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything with trying to balance out the family and really chasing this music shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not, you know, we all got an idea where we want to be at.
Right.
But a lot of us forget that nigga, God already got a plan for you.
He already got a plan.
You know what I'm saying?
He already got a plan.
And a lot of times we think we smarter than him. And so we want to try to skyrocket, and then I know for me it was I ain't where I feel I should be at. Not understanding that God got me exactly where I'm supposed to be right now.
Right. You know, when you think in them terms, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my close people, like even like my close people, they don't see me sweat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't feel my stress and my you know my anxiety and none of that shit, right? And I attribute that to shit. God already it's written. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I continue to do my part, and as long as I continue to bet on myself, and as long as I continue to push, you know, knowing.
So when you say your people, you mean like your homies or just like your intermediate family?
My intermediate, you talk about your spouse and your kids and your loved ones. You know what I mean? When they, you know, you don't want them to see you sweat,
right?
Especially if you're the one that's you know respond. You know, you got them. That's the responsibility,
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, as a man, yeah, that's your responsibility. Yeah.
So you know,
but you got to have somebody to talk to though.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You have to.
True.
Especially as a man, because you know the pedestal that we're held to is a little different. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where a lot of times people lose it, especially people like us. You know what I'm saying? That I ain't got no choice but to hold it together. But at the same time, shit, you gotta have somebody to be able to talk to. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have somebody to talk to. You know what I mean? But that that is in that true same sense. You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily mean, you know, if your people don't see you sweat, that don't necessarily mean it's closed off.
Right.
It just means your optimism outweighs, you know what I'm saying? And we can still talk about it. We can still say, you know, hey, we got this going on, we got that going on, we gotta do this. I'm hoping that this, you know, this is where I wanna be. We could talk about that shit without being anxious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, if them people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those conversations should be natural.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, most
you know
definitely.
that should be.
And shit, a lot of times those are the conversations that you have that weed motherfuckers out though. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
So why because a motherfucker be sitting there looking at you like, oh, this nigga got it all the way together. Let me just stay close and ride his coattail.
Yeah.
And then nigga pull up on you like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm doing bad right now. Whoa. And nigga start shying away, and now all of a sudden you ain't picking the phone up. Oh, why? Because you feel like I ain't got nothing going on. Instead of picking a nigga up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I only say that because I remember growing up, and you know, as kids we always have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember my mom and my pops always telling me like, them same motherfuckers is, when you get older, they ain't gonna be there. You know what I'm saying?
It's only gonna
but
be
I
a
used to
couple
trip
of them.
off of everywhere I used to go. My pops used to know everybody, say what's up. Well, damn, pops, you got hella friends. Now, they ain't my friends. They just associates. I ain't got no problem with them. So if I see them, I'm gonna say what's up. You know, I ain't inviting them to the barbecues and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he like, man, I got 4 or 5 friends I can count on one hand.
Yeah.
And that's all you gonna have in life.
That's, you know, the reality. And yeah, that's true. I definitely believe that. You know what I mean? It's you
Shit, that Sprinter van only holds so many.
Right.
Everybody can't go, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Everybody can't go,
even if
man.
you flying private, man, everybody can't go. Shit.
You know, I've been able to be on both ends of not or not fucking with. You know what I mean? Whether I'm not fucking with you or you not fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And just kind of being able to accept it.
I've been on both ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's times when they was the cause. There's times when I was the cause. You know what I mean? But at the end of it all, the journey is yours, bro. It's yours, and it's who you feel fits your journey.
Yeah.
That comes along with you, bro. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing else. Motherfuckers will call that fake. Motherfuckers will call that, oh man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta fuck with motherfuckers for elevation, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you on this journey with me, that means you see something in me that we're gonna take there. Also, I see something in you that deserves to be there.
But it's also trusting and understanding that shit, sometimes on that journey we're gonna come to that fork in the road.
We're gonna come to that fork.
And you're gonna be like, bro, I gotta go this way.
Let's go. I encourage that.
Yeah, but I gotta go this way. But I gotta go this way. For sure. You know what I'm saying?
That. You encourage that.
Shit, we could cover more ground. We ain't got to, you know what I'm saying? And that come with trust. That's loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
And understanding that eventually them roads could pass again.
You know what ends up happening in those instances though? In them instances though, you know, separation anxiety. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know why?
In the sense that
because you the nigga with all the gas money. I ain't got enough money to get that. Nigga, just holla at me. You know what I'm saying? But instead of doing that, now it's like this whole rift become. But and that's how I look at it. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Is that nigga, you the nigga with the gas money.
You want to be able. You want everybody around you to be able to put themselves in a position to be self-sustaining. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Everybody gotta be a boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, in that sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you could walk in the road
I would hope that there comes a fork in the road. Now, obviously, you're not an expendable person, so filling that void gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But you up there, I'll figure this out.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And boom.
But when it come to that, it's understanding that communication is key. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga, phones work everywhere. You know what I mean? So just because you gotta go that way and I gotta go that don't mean we can't call each other and help each other out. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it comes to a point to where I know, you know what? Okay, cool. I need to pull off. And I do need to go this way with the homie for a minute.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna benefit all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have that concept.
People, you know, it's fucked up as it sounds, but motherfuckers will lean more towards thinking betrayal or jumping ship rather than expanding the kinsmanship. I look at it as expanding the kinsmanship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be.
Gotta be. You know what I mean? Everybody want their own shit, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody want their own shit.
But you know what? It's just so much fraudulent shit that went on and everybody didn't experience. I feel like people be having a hard time trusting that I want the best for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people like me, I'm for longevity. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather we get $1 today.
Right.
Than for me to fuck you over for 10,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we gonna figure it out. I know because I know the minds that we got, and we'll turn that dollar into 10 into 20, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. But I be feeling like motherfuckers be so greedy and don't have the understanding of longevity that, you know what? I do see I could benefit from this motherfucker that's standing next to me. So let me get what I could get from him real quick and then get on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of understanding and seeing that I'm really here for you. You use me and yeah, it benefited you, but think about how much more it could have benefited us though. And what we could have did for generations and for our legacy.
You know, man, I've worked with people, you know, and we've came to forks in the road where we had to, you know what I'm saying? Some of them are amicable and we still fuck with each other to this day. Some of them ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just, that. You know, we gonna have to learn how to, you know, just go at it in the logical sense. Like, man, how you think these motherfuckers become billionaires, bro? How you think these motherfuckers get there? They, you know, sometimes you gotta take the brightness out of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And get there. And get there. And as long as you ain't cutting no throats, as long as you ain't doing nobody, you know, on the way, man, get there.
So I'm saying, bro, longevity.
Get there.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it's definitely for the marathon, man. You definitely got to think, you know, marathon. But, you know, even along the marathon, it still got to make sense. You know what I mean? You know, even in the marathon, there's stations with cups of water. Right,
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I got it. Is there at least some
hey,
water
but
along
you know
the way?
what, though?
You know what I'm
Sometimes
saying?
It don't make sense though.
Is there at least some water on the tables
So what you
along the way?
do? So what you do when it don't make sense?
Man, that's a fork in the road. That's a fork in the road. That's a fork in the road. You know, you can.
That's when that faith got to kick in the overdrive, right?
You can address. It basically it has to.
It has to.
It has to.
Yeah.
And you got to trust your decision, and you got to stand on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However it may turn out. You know what I mean? Now I came to that fork in the road before too. You know what I mean? And I chose self. You know what I mean? I chose self, bro, because you know, self is. It's a lot that comes with self. You know what I mean?
Right.
These babies, my responsibilities come with self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, motherfuckers don't understand that shit sometimes.
But when you got the morals that you have though, when you say putting self, like you said, it come with all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to put because I know what I'm finna do for me and mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense.
Yeah.
And the people that understand that is the people that's doing the same thing, and those is the ones that's gonna stay around.
You know, you gotta understand, man. It comes with understanding, bro. It comes with understanding, man. You know, you make your decisions, you gotta stand on them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's that, man. That's that.
So before we get up out of here, man, what's one piece of advice that somebody's giving you through your journey that really stuck with you? That made a big difference in your life and all the success that you having right now.
What piece of advice?
Somebody else gave you.
Somebody else gave me. My cousin told me when we first started working, he said, you only get 3 real chances to do something with yourself.
Man, say it again.
He said you only get 3 real chances.
3.
You can fuck up the first one, that'll be the pass. The second one, you got to think on. The third one, you know, you on your own.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Make it count.
And you got to make it count. Count. You know what I mean? I took from that, man, be aware of everything that you do, man, and be aware of opportunities. You know what I mean? You could create opportunities out of fucking anything, man. You know what I mean? And as long as you stand on your business, as long as you love who you love and take care of who you love and do right by the motherfuckers that's fucking with you, this shit gonna pan out. This shit gonna pan out, bro. So
give us one piece of advice from you and all your experiences that you would want to leave with everybody to inspire the next artist, the next entrepreneur.
Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself, man. Bet on
Stop
yourself.
Spending all that money on a bitch.
Bet on yourself, bro. Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
That's really all I can say, man. Yeah. Bet on yourself. You know what I mean? If you gotta, it's a million motherfuckers that want to do shit, right? But it's only the motherfuckers that's making the effort. It's only the motherfuckers that's getting up and putting the foot on the pavement, man. You gotta bet on yourself. You gotta bet on yourself. You have to bet on yourself.
Sure, man. I appreciate you coming through the
it's
fuck
love.
with me, man. You know, it's been a pleasure for sure. You know, we got a lot of work we got to put in together, man.
Man, it's love, man. Man, you doing a beautiful thing, man. You doing a beautiful job,
Appreciate
bro.
it, man. I'm just
Keep
trying to push the
going.
culture forward, man.